What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat, and this is your breakdown of Iyo Sky, the genius of the sky. I don't know why she does this. It makes my head hurt. I'm dizzy now. So new Iyo in the game. People have been asking for this for a while. She's been the world champion twice, at least, and the version in game for her is okay. Acro Iyo is okay, but she's definitely not most people's go-to. So now we have an S plus tier version of Iyo in the game. Does she live up to the S plus tier moniker? Well, that's what we're going to find out. But first, she is a modern era. She has links and gears with just the modern era, no gear. And as of right now, trainer is not loaded. So she's a trainer. We just don't know what she's going to do. And hopefully that gets put in the game soon. When will soon be now? I don't know. But yeah. And we're going to take a look. She's got a number of different movesets as usual. A couple that may be kind of built towards the future. The hype system. We don't know what hype is going to be, but I think she might be one character kind of built with it in mind, maybe, looking at her. But yeah, let's take a look. So the first moveset we're going to do, I have to remember which way my mouse goes off the screen, and in my office, my other monitor is up there. So, yeah. All right, there we go. That right there is going to be the moveset. It is going to be green, purple, purple. Interesting, and I think like the same way I kind of deciphered the way they were thinking about the motions of the character and how it moves on the board for Leonardo, Seth Rollins, I think that's the same here. Because, like, you know, Leonardo does, like, sword slashes, and so they had, like, a move that goes this way and then a move that goes this way, like a slash of a sword. This one, I think, is built on this. Because she touches, well, you'll see, this side of the board and this side of the board. She does this with her moves. So, the 5 MP green German suplex, deal damage, gain 10 MP, and then deal damage and make the leftmost column. Wait, is that left for you? That's right for you. Leftmost column, even though that's my right, into trap gems, which, if broken by your opponent, deal 10 million damage each. That's 70 million damage if they would break all of them. However, if broken by you, they only deal 500k damage. Wish it was at least 1 million. Like, it's just tiny. And increase the strength of your multiply gems by 3. You know where we're going with this one. Springboard, moonsault, deal damage, make the rightmost column into multiply gems of strength 10, not bad. And if the opponent generates a trap gem, you deal 5 million damage and make 49 random trap gems into leech gems of strength 10 million, which, that's spicy. That's really spicy, because then you steal the opponent's turn. So here's why I'm starting to think like she's built for whatever this future system is, because we know that the future system, the hype system, has turn control as a part of it. So like, depending on how you set your character, you might not start turn 1 as opposed to, you know, you're used to going first. They might go first. So they go first. They lay down trap gems. Suddenly you turn them into leech gems of 10 million, and then you blow up the board, although that wouldn't be with this exact combination. And then you siphon 10 million. I mean, there's some things here that future Lee might go back and go, oh my goodness, that is so much better than we even realized. Then you've got the 10 MP diving moonsault, but don't worry, it's loaded by the German suplex. And you're going to make 7 trap gems into green gems, then deal damage and make 7 multiply gems into purple gems. So, the green and the purple move are 5 MP. Theoretically, you could do a double MP trainer. However, let's think about why we would do that or not do that, right? So you're going to make the rightmost column into multiply gems of strength 10. But then if you do the move again, you still make the rightmost column into multiply gems. So it's not like you're getting more multis on the board by having the green trainer and the purple trainer. So the only reason I would recommend maybe changing up your trainers is if you are using some sort of a plate where you trigger multis and it gives you more damage. That plate currently is not one I know. I'll show you the plate I have on her. That would buff it again, but that versus what we're going to see is not going to be the same. Then you've got the diving moonsault, deal damage, make 7 trap gems into green gems, and the finisher. Then you're going to make the trap gems blow up, the multi-gems blow up, and she blows up the board. So that's how we're going to see this happen. On your entourage, all I'm going to put on there, as explained, is green moves start with 4 with George Steele. Then we're going to go Sherry for 4 more multiply gems. She's S+ tier, so I think it's fair to use some of the higher things. Although I am nerfing the strap a little bit to kind of balance. Multiply gems by 3 with Seth Leonardo. And then put an S in front of Hitman, and you get my thoughts on Bret Hart Zombie. Purple gems do 40% more damage if you have him at gold, and multiply gems do 60% more damage. On the strap, we're using 100% strap with Fury 2s. Obviously, you're going to probably want to try and get to 150% strap and Fury 3s to do that. We can add that later if we need to see it. But here's what I'm thinking. The way the trap gems are set up, you're not going to put the It's a Trap plate on here because that's going to make your multiply gems get confused because you're making your multiply gems into purple, right? And you don't want to confuse the polarity if you're laying down and making exactly 7 multiply gems into purple, and then you use the It's a Trap plate and you lay out 8 more multiply gems, and then you get like a purple here, and you accidentally connect this one over here, but you don't break the whole thing. So don't use the It's a Trap. I think it's a trap, just like it is on Ozzy for her. But you could use the purple barble blades. Wow, that was horrible. The purple barber blades. Whenever you make 6 or more trap gems, increase your purple gem damage by 75% for 1 turn. Could also use this right here, and it's okay if you don't have this one because the Bubba Ray's Specs works the exact same. Whenever you make 6 or more multiply gems, increase all your gem damage by 100%, but you're only breaking purple, so you're okay there. The Bubba Specs would be whenever you fire off a purple move, increase your purple gem damage by 50%, which means you'd still end up with 100% on purple gem damage either way. Not going to do a rumble plate because you're not breaking enough gems, so really doesn't matter on that side. Whew! All right, last thing I want to say because I forgot at the intro, right here will be confirmed that she is in the evolution moment, but that will not drop until she goes live in the game. I'm using a preview version of her, so she's not live in the game as of right now, obvious by the trainer ability. But if you have the evolution moment, that's going to make her sing even more. I don't. The evolution moment was not coming to me, and there was no way I could make that happen without money. And yeah, couldn't do that. Iyo Sky, there's her entrance. It looks perfect. I love it. Storm is coming. All right, so she has 99 MP, but she won't. And again, even still, there's just no reason to do the rightmost column twice. You would technically buff the plate that we have on her right now, the ultimate plate, the ministry plate, twice. But other than that, who cares? So 17, keep in mind that the evolution moment will increase those again. And the damage will be increased, and her health pool will be increased, and oh my gosh, that moment is crazy on some people. So we make that's now times 30 freaking 8. Wow. And we did 93 million damage. Easy peasy, beautiful, cover girl. This is the Iyo that I want on my roster, because daggum, that's a lot of damage. And I think that one's going to get spicier when the hype, whatever the hype is, hits. So that's one move set. I already like it. Let's see what the next one is. Which way is it? It's over here now. Okay, hold on. All right, stop recording. All right, her next few move sets take a genius to figure out. They're all a little weird and a little different. And again, I think they're kind of built for what's coming. But We're going to run with some trap gem builds. You could do triple black and erase one over the other, but we're going to start here, and you're basically looking for turn 2 or 3 with these. So this is not going to be a lot of people's favorites, but we don't know what Hype's going to look like, and I think they are going to re-inoculate us to some turn 2, turn 3 match styles, and I think it'll be okay. So we'll figure it out. You're going to do the green Meteora. Deal damage, increase your black MP by 10, so your black moves are loaded. We're going to do the Tiger Feint Kick. Deal damage, and then make 49 random gems, aka the whole board. So again, don't use the It's a Trap plate. And if broken by your opponent, deal 3 million damage and increase your green gem damage by 150%. That's a lot for 2 turns. Does not affect bonus damage. If broken by you, here's where it gets deal damage and deal 1.2 million bleed damage to your opponent for 2 turns. So already there's some variety in this that just like she takes a lot to think about aside from this first move set that we showed. You could do green damage, which is what we're going to focus on, but you're going to have to make sure that your opponent breaks some gems first. So that's different, but the more your gems the opponent breaks, the better you're going to do, which is great. Weird, but great. Or you could do bleed damage and just break them yourself, but you're going to break 7 gems exactly. And so 7 million bleed damage plus another 700,000, give or take. So let's just round it up to 8. 8 million is nothing. If you buff your bleed with bleed trainers, you're still not going to be beyond like the 16 to 20 million range, which is just not that much. You do bleed them for 2 turns, so 20 million is 40 million across 2 turns, but that's a lot, right? Then you've got the Butterfly Backbreaker. Deal damage, increase your move damage chance by 100% for 1 turn. Then Finisher, deal damage, do 1.5 million damage, which we're going to focus on in a minute, and pin the opponent. So this is weird. It's different. Still just need him to get you started loaded turn 1. You could put a number of different people. I'm focusing on green gem damage, doing 50% more here. You could do that with her, with CM Punk, with some others. You could also focus on Tiffy Time and do trap gems, do 100% more damage, because that would technically buff the gem under it. It just depends on what your opponent breaks. If your opponent breaks your trap gems, then you don't get a buff for those gems. So I'm going green for right now. And then this is just green, right? Green gems do 40% more damage. You could also easily do a Zombie Chelsea for that same effect right there. So don't get freaked out that it's Viscera. Zombie Chelsea's free to play. And then also free to play, take 40% more damage on all color gems. So very free to play if you just swap in Chelsea. Raquel's free, Chelsea's free, etc., etc. But it is weird. On the titles, once again, you are not going to want to use the It's a Trap, because it's going to get overwritten / just won't even really drop. I'm willing to be wrong and maybe even, show it or whatever, but it makes the 49 gems, so there's no place for those to go. And in past, when I've tried that, like with Aussie especially, if there's not a place for the multiply gems to go, they don't. Getcha? Gotcha? Good. There's also, and I don't think I have it on this account, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Michelangelo plate, whenever you dodge a move, it increases your gem damage. Yeah, I have it on my account, but not on the Candy Store account, ironically. I'm pretty sure it's not an ultimate plate. I think it's a regular plate. Yeah, neither turtle plate is on here for some reason, but you can't get them anymore. So if you have them, consider that as well. So we are actually going to struggle bus a little bit, and I want to show this intentionally because Jade is going to be ready with a sub, and that's going to cause a problem for us, right? So we are going to increase our black MP by 10 because you wouldn't have that loaded outside of 99 MP. With 99 MP, you can drop the plate or trigger the plate twice, but we're intentionally going to E to turn now. You'll see. The only saving grace is that the move dodge chance is right here. So we're going to see if this saves us from getting subbed. But we're going to break some, which is actually breaking that's a lot of them, which is going to cause some bleed damage for her. And she's not going to be able to kick out, is she? Gosh dang it. I don't even have Fury stuff on her. I need her to kick out because we need to be able to see. I don't know how I can actually get around that. That was just a big cascade. Let's just see if we can get another one that isn't a cascade, because we need to see her not be able to trigger her sub if it works properly. And then we also need to be able to see that the gem damage goes up. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to tell you theoretically what that looks like. I know the best example is Zombie Becky. Zombie Becky works amazing with this same kind of like let them break your gems and then you whop them. But yeah, Jade's I think the hardest hitting I can go against up here. So let's see if I can get her to, because otherwise our next moveset is also going to be a problem because we need to be able to have the opponent break another type of gem. Come on, kick out Jade. Yes. Okay, here we go. She's going to kick out. Hooray. Okay, so now move dodge chance, right? So she's going to sub me, but I was supposed to dodge that. It's a move. My move dodge chance went up by 100%, right? So now the problem is I've got to do a little bit of bleed damage to her. See, I told you. I know what I'm talking about. It's not working the way it's supposed to. So now, what do? Right? Now I need to let her, but look at this, right? Move dodge chance by 100%. Is the sub not a move? Is it not? Right? So without that, I can't really show you, because now she's going to do all her moves again. And unless I just magically get green, I can't refresh mine and show you what it looks like. But theoretically, see, now she erases. Well, actually, no, she's going to break all those. Okay, so this will work in my favor, just not the way I want it to. I mean, she's been bled out. That's nice. Okay, so theoretically now, if this had worked and she just broke a massive amount of my green gems, this green gem now does 1.8 million damage. Without multiplies on it or anything like that, our finisher is increasing or is creating a 1/7 area. So basically you're talking about 14 million damage, give or take. But as you can see, Jade is done. Like, she bled out because of that. So you could go with bleed trainers. You could go with green gem damage trainers. But it's not a turn one build. And the rest of, spoiler, her movesets are not going to be that way either. So it's a little weird for some. But I think once hype, whatever it is, comes into play, I think this is going to be something people end up liking more than they think. Personally, right now, I don't know. I mean, I'd rather just do 93 million and Ender. But let me show you something similar, very, very similar, but with move damage now. All right, the next move set is basically the same thing, except for it's the Victory Roll Stomp. Deal damage, make 49 random gems into trap gems. If broken by your opponent, deal 2 million damage and increase your black move damage by 40% for 2 turns. So same thing, just a little different shakeup. You are going to want Iyo Sky to train Iyo Sky. Black moves deal 100% more damage. Ted DiBiase gives you black moves 40% more damage. And then you've got Gobbledygooker. You've got, I think it's Damian Priest or somebody like that who does black finishers do 50%. I happen to find Triple H first, and it's a mess trying to sort trainers. So just, know that there are 2 other trainers that do exactly the same thing, and Gobbledygooker actually does better if you have him. But basically the finisher is now going to deal damage and then deal what appears to be, let's see, 225. Yeah, 3 million damage, which is going to get buffed by other things. On the title, you've got no plates that really make sense to me. There's not a black chic plate. Otherwise, like they just added the blue chic plate. If they had a black chic plate later, that'd be fine. You're not focusing on breaking gems. You're focusing on move damage. There's not really anything here. And I didn't mention on the last moveset, but one thing that's weird is you're making 7 gems green. That means you can't do a Royal Rumble plate on her, which would have been a green Rumble plate with all that buffage would have made her the best character in the game. But obviously they didn't go that route, probably for that reason. So we still have the Jade problem here. What I am going to do, I didn't know or realize until, after that last set that I have a down yellow prop because this account has never had props before. So I am going to be able to make this work the way it should be, and you'll kind of see how the damage works. I did also want to note I am using a 100% strap, and I do have the takedown 3s on there. So it's 100 plus 100 plus black does 250 so that you can see if move damage, because it's so much more rare that move damage is viable, to see if black move damage will actually be what you want it to be. But this is what I'm going to call the Sorzoro build because it's the genius of the sky, and Sorzoro is the genius guy in this game that makes these kind of things work. So we're going to do this. We're going to make sure we drop her sub move because apparently Tubob told me in between making this last section and this section that move dodge has never worked on finishers or subs. So I'm like, well, then it literally has no point on her. Because look, out of Jade's moves, one's a finisher, one's a sub. I mean, that's pretty common for females in the game. So now, we're dealing damage, and we are doing 10 million, right? Let's see, 795. Yeah, 10 million damage, but every time she breaks a trap gem, we're increasing our black move damage by 40%, and then we're making a 1/7 area green, so it reloads this. When we break a trap gem, you're going to deal 2 million damage and increase your... Wait, no. We're going to steal 1.4 million health, so we're stealing about 14 million health. So lots of damage coming from lots of different places. Genius of the sky. That's what this is. This is the genius of the sky. So that buffed our moves. That didn't. And, she didn't kick out again. Gosh, dang it. That's the other thing that, I put on, that's on me. I put on tier 6s. That's on me. So we're not going to be able to see that. So I need to change that real quick because as much as I want you to be able to see her relevant damage, I want you to actually be able to see any damage at all because my goodness. All right, so we'll put back on takedown 2s, and there's one black one, and then the rest of these just are random. That's all I've got, so don't worry about it. It is what it is, and it's gonna be what's gonna be. Yeah, we really need like a test environment of some kind to be able to show these characters off. But doesn't happen because we can't use them competitively, so we can't take them up again, and that's good. Like I don't want to be able to use these competitively because that would be unfair. We have everything on these candy store accounts, but we can't use them competitively, so I can't go up against somebody who actually has really good medals. Yeah. All right, let's try this again, but this time let's try it and hope she can kick out, and let's hope we. Okay, good. We do have enough. I can try this 2 more times is basically what that was. If it's not, then I'm just going to have to imagine with you. I can tell you Sorzoro told me that this moveset could hit over 1 billion, and I believe him because Sorzoro is the genius of this game. But, that's going to be too many gems. Come on, kick out. Kick out. Shoot. All right, so we buffed 7 times. So we're going to have to do this. We're going to have to do this the hard way. 7 times 40%. So 10 times would be 400%, right? minus 40 minus 40 minus 40 is 180%. Whoa, right? That can't be. Hold on. This is why it takes a genius to even consider this character. Okay, so 40 times 10 is clearly 400%. 40 plus 40 is 80. 120. So 280% is the buffage we're going to get. Right? Right. 280% buffage to our move. So what we need to do, I'm going to try it one more time, but I'm also figuring out the math as we go, is we need to figure out what 280% is of her move damage. But we have to do it off the base, not the buff, which, yeah, is what it is. All right, so the base is 9 million times 280%. 25 million. 25 million is what that finisher would hit for. That seems low. But it's but yeah, she did 7. She broke 7. All right, let's see if I can cheese this. Just try it this way. Because yes, it would work the other way, but gosh dang it. She only broke that one. So right now that's 12 million. That's nothing. All right, let's take her down again. Is there a way? Okay, here we go. That doesn't break all of them, but all right, come on, Jade. Break more. Cascade. Nope. Okay, so this is now 20 million. Is she going to get this her next turn? No. All right, let's give her, so 20 million. Let's get her a Cascade. Come on, game. Yay! Okay, there's a Cascade. So this is probably some real world scenario-ish right here. 30 million is about it. 30 million and turn a 1x7 area into green. So if you get an opponent that breaks that whole set, then you absolutely can do some things. But otherwise, I mean, we would have gotten more than 30 million for sure with the tier 6 medals, because that would have been another 100%. Well, it would have been, yeah, about another 100% at least with all that. Plus, you can get the ones that have black move percentage on there. So you can get that 40-50%. I don't like that moveset either. I mean, she has one moveset so far I like. And I'm not even going to do a part on this, but I did want you to see this move. The arm trap crossface submission. Make 8 random submission gems that do damage, decent but not good at all amount, for 2 turns, so you're not going to buff up the sub damage. Either way, because it's 2 turns, which I do like for the other reason, that she's not going to break as many of them. And then the remaining submission gems turn into 1 turn countdown. So you have to do the sub, then another cycle to get to them that will do 300k damage and make the rightmost column into multiply gems of strength 11. So you have that, or you just immediately make the rightmost column into multiply gems of strength 10. The only reason you would use the sub is for a plate that buffs, like the Naomi plate. But the reality is it just takes too long. It's too much. You got subs into countdown gems. If it was one or the other, maybe, but definitely not going to use both. I'm just going to use the Springboard Moonsault. So my thoughts on Iyo. Zoro says one of the best in the game, but again, it's just so conditional. You have to set up the exact right conditions for most of her movesets. That being said, will I use her if I should get her? I will use the first moveset, 90 million, easy, loved it. It fits in with her this thing, which I love when they make that happen. In terms of where she goes for tricksters, Liv is still better by a long shot. Yeah, I mean, she's good. She's maybe the second or third best modern era trickster, unless you're Sir Zoro and just know how to figure out how to make these things craft in such a way that the exact conditions hit, where yes, conditionally, I bet she could hit 1 billion. For me, 93 million with pretty basic setup, I'll take it. I like her. maybe second best trickster in the game. I'm sorry, second best modern era female trickster in the game. Because if you're going all tricksters, she's not even in the top 10 by far. So let me know what you think of the Genius of the Sky in the comment section. Like the video, subscribe to Champions Chat, and tell me how you think everything is going to change and those other movesets are going to become super, super good when hype hits. Are you hyped for hype? I don't know. Let me know in the comments section. Like the video, subscribe to Champions Chat. I'll see you on the next one, friends. Bye.